Musashi Miyamoto, a legendary swordsman that alone could take on armies of trained soldiers at one time, and Chihiro Rokuhira, a vengeful anti-hero that managed to have a chokehold on every manga reader in the past year. So who's stronger? Well, that's gonna be the discussion today, but before I start today's video, let me know in the comment section below, who do you think would come out victorious, Musashi Miyamoto or Chihiro Rokuhira? Musashi is renowned and known as the most skilled Ronin swordsman of all time, and Musashi has an absolutely insane sense of danger, with Musashi pretty much knowing anyone who approaches him's intentions. Musashi is able to swing with such force that he completely destroys a sword that has been in use for over 60 years without ever showing any sign of wear down. Musashi even has an amazing grip strength that's comparable to another character in Baki named Karu Hanayama. Musashi is able to crush bamboo, was able to lift up Baki and Retsukayo, who weighed more than 100 kilograms with one hand effortlessly, and Musashi somehow even managed to lift up Yujiro Hanma with both of his hands. And his skill as a swordsman is of course also extreme. He was able to counter Retsukayo's Zaoli and kill him with a slash to the stomach. And with his superhuman-like strength, he could cut through Pickle's flesh and even cut through Motobe's Aramid fiber chainmail easily. Musashi can even simulate a sword strike without having moved an inch with such accuracy that the people he strikes can feel the non-existent blade cutting through them and feel it fresh in their mind multiple minutes after. It is powerful enough that Musashi can use it on people who are even unaware of his presence and they would still notice it. And Musashi's swordsmanship is so brutal that anything less than a perfect weapon will break upon his use. He can insanely enough extend this to people as well by grabbing them and swinging them around like a sword. And if Musashi actually does this to somebody, it will inflict a massive amount of internal damage. And Musashi's intelligence is also very high. In fact, Musashi is a battlefield genius. He is extremely perceptive, thoughtful, and has a crazy amount of wisdom over the arts of war, but especially sword fighting. He knows every sword fighting technique there is, as well as many others. And the biggest thing that Musashi has done so far, in my opinion, is killing off Retsu, turning him into a meme in the process. And Retsu even got isekai'd. And when it comes to Chihiro Rokuhira, he's truly on another level. This man said, in quotes, "Every morning I start the day off with a new renowned hatred." And Chihiro even pulled up on the Yakuza and instantaneously slashed 4 people's throats, and this slaughterfest just only continued from here, with Chihiro cutting a guy's whole arm off, and after he entered the gate, he had over 20 people rush after him with swords in their hands. But with one single slash, he took out all of the ones closest to him, and then Chihiro jumped in the middle of these Yakuza members. And then he did this. There's literally piles on piles of bodies. Chihiro also has a very durable body, as he was able to leap off of the roof of a multi-story building to protect civilians from a high-powered maid by acting as a lightning rod to absorb all of the electric energy from the attack. And despite sustaining considerable burns and severely damaging his left arm, Chihiro was still able to activate Nishiki and continue to fight. And while recovering from these injuries, Chihiro was also able to cut down an entire castle full of guards with little to no effort. Chihiro can also move at speeds much faster than the trained eye can see. Upon arriving at Korugumi's base, Chihiro instantly slashed the necks of 4 guards stationed at the entrance in a single fluid motion before any of them could react. Even landing on the table they were seated at so fast, he appeared to have teleported. Chihiro also has incredibly fast reflexes, instantly moving to defend Hinao when Genichi Sojo arrived at Cafe Haru Haru. Chihiro has also been trained in the art of swordsmithing by his renowned father, Kunishige. He's diligent and committed to learning this craft, which involves using a unique method to forge special katanas, which gives Chihiro an edge in his fights and allows him to maximize his attack's damage. Having been trained in the art of swordsmanship by his father, Chihiro possesses expertise in handling katanas while in combat, and his proficiency in sword wielding has been displayed on multiple occasions. When raiding the base of Korugumi, Chihiro quickly dealt serious injuries to the guards stationed there, such as slicing off their arms and even cutting through their entire bodies. And Chihiro's capabilities with the katana are of course further enhanced when he makes use of his blade sorcery. Chihiro's left hand is also his dominant hand, meaning after his right arm was severed, Chihiro's swordsmanship barely decreased in skill at all. But if his left hand were to be severed against a good opponent, that may change the circumstances. And Chihiro also fought a guy named Kurigumo, and it started off with them clashing swords at first. But Chihiro then kicked Kurigumo to create some space, and he even sacrificed his right arm to gain some more speed, and it had looked like Chihiro was surrounded. But Chihiro at the last second managed to dodge the attack, and predicting his opponent reacting to his counter in time. And Chihiro dealt the final blow to Kurigumo, ending the fight, and I believe this is one of Chihiro's biggest shows of speed as well. And at the end of the day, these two swordsmen are insanely strong respectively, and both have some of the best abilities I've ever seen in these type of manga. But going purely off of swordsmanship, speed, strength, and agility, I would have to give this one-on-one to Musashi Miyamoto. From what I've seen, Musashi is far quicker than Chihiro, and according to the wiki, Musashi Miyamoto is able to cover distances at least Mach 9.4, which is hypersonic class, and Musashi Miyamoto basically just has superhuman strength. And Musashi does have good agility, but not better agility than Chihiro, with Musashi only being shown jumping onto a roof, while Chihiro can jump very high in the air, possibly even higher than 2 stories. But Musashi would take the win if they could only use their swords and no crazy abilities, just one-on-one. However, if Chihiro could use his spirit techniques, then he would take the win for obvious reasons. Chihiro can literally summon a red goldfish that swims around his body to block him from any incoming attacks. A tricolored goldfish that Chihiro wears like a cloak that literally just amplifies any attack he uses a ton. A black goldfish that covers his arm and katana in a black liquid that also releases a flying slash at a variable size, which also greatly extends the striking range of his katana. And oh yeah, I must have forgot, these slashes are also significantly more powerful than his normal slashes. And in conclusion, the winner of this fight is solely on context. If they are able to use all of their abilities and techniques from their own series, then Chihiro would more likely than not take the win easily. However, if this was just a fight of swordsmanship, then I think Musashi would take the win. But that's just what I think. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think? Who do you think would win? Chihiro or Musashi Miyamoto? And if you enjoyed today's video and would like to support me, then you can leave a like and subscribe. It's completely free on your end and helps me out way more than you may think. And if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, just talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. But that's going to be all for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!